That belongs to Mrs. Lily Richardson and will be going back to her.
What belongs to her?
The portraits.
Rick Richards? Oh, Rick. Portrait, well, we'll give it to her. Rules, Alex?
Rules. Henley and I have been discussing rules changes, nothing overly significant, but mostly things that we already sort of talked about, like not getting people kicked off, unless, I think the change that's proposed is if you miss 2 consecutive meetings without a proxy or without attending, then you're gone, as opposed to currently where you just miss 2 and you're out. And some other small changes regarding proxies. I mean, I can read through all of the rules, or everyone can look through some copies I have here and look online. Those are the options.
Where are they going to be?
What's online?
Where?
Well, we're going to get them uploaded after this meeting. That would be it.
But just the changes?
Yes, I'm guessing that can be done. I didn't ask the board.
Now it's just a change.
Just the proposed changes?
Well, there's typographical changes throughout, so they're all there. But the major changes I could just sort of walk through right now, and then we can move to.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Why not, as you're an attorney,
Yes.
why don't you underline the change, what the old was,
We have that in the document. That will be uploaded, like all the things that.
and the new?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, that's all red line. So I'll just hit on the major points really quickly. One being the proxies, that was the major change. Another one is that the publishing of the agenda is specifically on the communications officer with the approval of the executive board with the time limit of 72 hours before. That changes just from saying executive board. It's on a specific person now, adds accountability.
What was the change in the proxy?
The change on the proxies is that they are, that the proxy change is that I think that might have already been one. Proxies will not be allowed for voting for officers. That's only proxy change. Will not be
allowed to vote, right, for officers or special events.
Special events, yes.
Special
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Proxy voting won't be allowed for officers or special appointments.
What about the 70, what is it, 24 hour, it has to be in 24 hours in advance, was that addressed?
That I believe was removed.
That was removed.
I think we removed that
Yes.
at the first or second meeting.
Bobby, that's gone.
Okay, well, I thought we talked about it, but okay.
Yeah, proxies will be allowed up to and including at the meeting. See if there's anything else that's major.
Thanks for showing up. That's what this is supposed to be about.
It allows one major change, allowing committee meetings to be done not these committee meetings, but like if there's an events committee meeting or communications meeting, they can be done electronically, but everything has to be copied through the secretary for public access. So that way people can meet without having to constantly get it notified and flood people with emails. It's allowed by the rules. And I think that was the only other. People will be allowed to speak twice on a motion instead of once. That's just to comply with Robert's rules. Only allowing someone to speak once is odd for most people who know Robert's rules. And we allow, one thing that was changed that's major for everyone to think about is that we can now have, if there's an empty precinct, and this is something people may need to think about because it is a major change. Right now there's some empty precincts. The rules change that's being proposed is that this body, up to all of you, if you want to appoint someone from outside that precinct to sit on the county committee and organize that precinct, you can. That person, of course, would be accountable for doing that task. The rules explicitly say that preference is given to anyone physically in that precinct. So in other words, if there are 2 people here, one's from the precinct, one isn't, you have to let the person in from that precinct organize it. But that is a suggested rules change, so that way we're constantly growing.
But the only thing, and also, if there's an opening in your precinct, you can't apply for another one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's only, you can only be on here once, yeah. But that's one suggested change, it'll be on the website. So that's all I have, those are the only major changes. Any questions?
You can feel free to.
Yeah.
feel questions.
On the, what if we appoint somebody and then later on somebody does volunteer from that precinct?
Well, then you could, I guess you could vote to replace them. That could be an amendment to that section at the next meeting. That could be an amendment, because these will, as stated, can be posted up, and then we can amend that. And I think that's a great idea. I don't know.
Interim action.
Yes, that could be it.
What do you say?
And he said interim. Yeah, there could be a way there could be a way. And I'll send you a way to maybe word it, because I think that's a great idea to do that.
Alex,
Yeah.
they're only elected every 2 years. Now, if nobody was elected, we
Yeah.
finally found somebody who wanted to fill it.
Yeah.
Their opportunity, if somebody moves in and wants it, their opportunity comes in a year or a year and a half, whatever. There's no, I mean, once you're appointed, it's yours
Yeah, then it's
until
yours
the
to
next
the
cycle.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'd like to make the point that as fun as it is to have a title, sometimes nobody's going to prevent you from working for the party if you don't have a title. You don't need to be a precinct chair or a committee person. If you want to come out and help, you want to work, you can do that. You're more than welcome. We will be happy to find some way for you to contribute.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, so if somebody, say I served as Winters Chapel precinct, the ones we've got in this area, that are very low turnout for Republicans are like Peachtree Middle, Chestnut, Huntley Hills. Can somebody take on 2 or 3 if they?
No, you can hold one.
Okay.
You can hold one.
That's by
it.
the rules.
Yeah.
That's the title.
Yeah, if someone's that good, if someone's that good, the idea would be they get somebody from a neighboring precinct, and then we appoint them, and then we get bigger.
Was there any consideration given like those huge precincts to have more than one person on
That
the
wasn't proposed at this time. No. But, I mean, that's something that could be discussed later. But those are the changes. If there are more questions, well, I would move to we have to do a reading now. Like there isn't a vote, discussion, debate. This is just we need to consider this a reading, and then any debates, amendments at the next meeting. That I think has to be at least 30 days in the future at the next meeting. Yeah. So
I move we only read the changes.
Well, why don't you move that was.
That was great. We just did read it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this was counts as a
We
reading.
accept what was just read.
Second.
Very good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, it passes.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for doing it, Alex.
Oh yeah, no, thank Henley too. I mean, he did most of the work.
Auxiliary club, anyone want to talk? You want to talk again on August 8th? Auxiliary club?
Yes, with that, I just strongly suggest that you all get your precinct members to come. Kay Van Sant, I mentioned to her that we have a lot of associate members from the DeKalb GOP in our organization, and she is really excellent. I don't know how else to say it. I talked to her today because she also volunteers over at Assistance League, and she just went to training and she's pulling from different pieces. So we're going to get the up-to-date precinct leadership membership training. And so if at all possible, come out and save the date for August the 8th, Saturday morning, and you're not going to be disappointed. Some of us have heard her when she gave like a 45-minute training, and it was excellent. And she's been doing this a really long time all over the United States. She's got, one of her best friends is the governor from Arizona. I mean, she's well connected, thank you, and she's well knowledgeable too. Okay. So y'all come down.
Bill, Russ?
2 quick things. The North DeKalb women and the DYR walked with the DeKalb GOP in the 4th of July parade this year. Carried a new banner. We gave out 1,000 constitutions, more than 1,000 invites to the Herman Cain thing. I'm saying this now because right before the 4th every year, I'm like, why do we do this? It's such a pain in the butt. It is fun. You go out, and even the Democrats who hate your guts smile at you because people are happy to be American. If you can be here the next 4th of July, be here. Secondly, the young Republicans from DeKalb are sending up 3 of a delegation of roughly 20 to the National Federation Convention this weekend. Most of us have already left, but Claire and I hung out just so we could be here. And Lisa. And we'll be going up to vote for Megan Myers Hanson for National Chairwoman. She is also from DeKalb County.
Bobby?
Do we have a guest? Are you a guest? I think we should recognize our guest here.
Stand up and give it 2 seconds.
Hello, my name is Michelle Miller. I'm running for Commissioner of the Georgia Public Service Commission, and I can't wait to speak to each and every one of you. Thank you for welcoming me here.
Okay, now you can stand up because you're actually running, so we will give you a couple minutes. So really tell us about yourself and why you're running in the platform.
As I said before, my name is Michelle Miller. I'm running for Commissioner of the Georgia Public Service Commission for District 2. Even though it's District 2, it's still a statewide election, so everyone gets to vote. A little bit about me. I am a mother of 2 beautiful kids. I was a military spouse for 16 years in the Air Force, and also I have a degree in energy and sustainability from Penn State University. I've done international consulting and consulting in the U.S. I've won a military contract. The reason why I want to be a commissioner is very simple. The commission does, or supposed to do, 3 different things. 1, we are the financial stewards and investor of your money. Every single person who's in this room, I want you to know now that every time you pay taxes, every time that you pay your electric bill, you are a shareholder. So what does that mean? It means that when we do investments, for example, like Vogtle 3 and Vogtle 4, that is now negative $300 million in benefits to you, which means your electric bills are going to go up, that's a problem. Investments are supposed to have a positive result. And if it doesn't have a positive payback, we must have a risk-sharing mechanism written into the contract to protect you. That doesn't happen. Also, as a commissioner, what I want to say is this: I should be giving you a report every single month so that you know exactly what we're doing, exactly the decisions that we're making, right? So the second thing that we do is that we advocate. Right now, we're in torrential waters with the EPA. I hate them just as much as you do. But seriously, but there's two types of public officials. Let me just say I'm a public servant, not a public official. But there's a proactive one and there's a reactionary one. Reactionary ones are okay. We need the ones to fight for us. That's what federal representation is. But on the PSC, since we have specialized knowledge, we are supposed to advocate to make sure that the solutions we come up with to mitigate this mandate is not only cost effective, but also easy to implement. If you go to my website, you'll see I've released 4 public policy options that would cut that mandate by 58%. It'll be no net cost to the economy by 2030, and it has a possibility of creating more than 18,000 jobs by 2030. I have push cards right here. Feel free to contact me and email me. I truly appreciate you guys being here. Excuse me, allowing me to be here. Thank you.
Any other Republican candidates that are up for an election soon? There's an R in the name. Okay, Paul?
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to see all of the new leaders in the DeKalb GOP. And I'm running for District 40 Senate seat, State Senate, because we need a real leader in this seat. We need a true conservative. And on May the 24th, we are going to end the reign of a Democrat in that seat. I'm going to run on 3 platforms. Education is my #1 priority. And sir, can I pick on you for just a minute? 12 plus 8 equals. If you were in his class, sir, you would get an F, because that's not how it's to be done. Because you see, 12 is not a friendly number. We must find the friendly number. In order to get the friendly number, we need to find the number that ends in a 0. And 10, if you take 2 away from the 12, equals 10. That's a friendly number. And if we take 2 and we put it on top of the 8, guess what we get, Travis? Another friendly number. We have 2 best friends, and if we put them in the same room together, then we get 20. And if you don't answer the question that way in his class, you get an F. And I think that is completely outrageous. Secondly, we need to change our tax system. And I am for the Georgia fair tax. And speaking of taxes, if you remember the last 2 election cycles in a row, the last 2, the Georgia legislature gave us an opportunity to vote on an extra 1% sales tax. Did they not? And what was it for? Transportation. And in the quiet of the night, this man raised your gas tax by 7 cents and 9 cents on the diesel. And he says on his Facebook page that he regrets giving the people of Georgia an opportunity to vote, and that he would prefer that the legislature just do it all on their own. We need a true leader in District 40, and I'm going to be that leader, and I hope to be able to bring the party together to see the infighting with candidates and former candidates is quite concerning. And I think with the leadership that we have here, we can bring forth some good change. And I appreciate your time, and I will be here to answer any questions. Yes, sir.
I was actually singling time for you, so you wouldn't.
Okay. Thank you.
I just run the time.
Any other candidates, Republican candidates, Republican election, you don't want to speak?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Okay.
Obviously, I have an opponent for the upcoming election, which is May of next year. A couple of things, I guess. First of all, people that were passing out these wonderful flyers last week without anybody's name on it in subdivisions. Let's see, Miller's to the Go guy for the Syrian refugees, so on and so forth. Put your camera away. We're going to cover that too. Sit. 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 I'm talking. Sit.
Tony, sit down.
It's a public way.
Sit.
I'm taking a picture of you.
Tony, sit down. Tony,
That's my second point tonight.
Tony, sit down, please. Tony.
This is a public meeting,
No.
young man.
Tony, sit down, please. Decorum. We
This
have
is
decorum.
you're out of line.
Tony,
Really
sit
out of
down.
line. You're out of line. Stand
Wait,
there.
Tony, you're out of line. Sit your butt down now.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
not gonna take any crap. You're
out of line.
Please come right on over here and sit your ass down.
No.
And shut up.
No,
Shut up.
I'm not shutting up.
Come on, guys. Wait.
You are very disrespectful.
You damn right.
No, stop.
You're very disrespectful.
Don't you dare.
Don't do you stupid.
Sit down. Tony, sit down.
You're an old man.